Hello everyone, it's Nova. I'm doing a VR to one of my favorite tarot tubers, actually one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, Mascha, over at Musings by Mascha. She created this tag recently, which is going to be a series. In each video, we're going to show 5 favorite trump cards. She just started the series like 2 weeks ago, and every 2 weeks she is going to showcase one of the major arcana cards. So it will be her 5 favorites, and a lot of people are participating in the series. I'm trying to do my best. I hope that I can make a video about every single trump card. So this is the first one, my first video of my series. I will put the link to her original video. I have only watched one of the VRs to this tag, which was from Julia, and I really liked her video as well, so I'm going to put Julia's video also in my description box. Also, I have noticed that another amazing tarot tuber, Mervat, over at Egyptian Mystic, has also been doing this. She has been also showing her favorite trump cards, not just 5, I think many, like 10 or even more. I will also put a link to Mervat's video. She is not participating in this particular tag because she started actually earlier. I think Masha and Mervat are not aware of each other. I hope this way they will get to know each other and they will maybe participate in each other's tags or however they want to do it. Okay, let me start. So this video is my 5 favorite Fool cards. And this is the first one. This Fool card is from the Inkwitch Tarot. My reason for liking this card is very unusual. When I was a child, I was like 5 years old. I used to have a cat. Her name was Betsy. And we also used to have Vinch, a very small bird, very little ones. There were actually 2 in a cage. The cage was hanging on the ceiling, not in a room, in a patio area where you have all the plants and stuff. And I saw this incident with my own eyes when I was 5. That Betsy jumped. She jumped from the floor to the ceiling and she jumped on the cage. She wanted to play with them because she was a very playful cat. I don't think that she wanted to hunt them. This was just out of playfulness. But both the finches died from the shock. One of them died on the spot and the other one died the next day. I was 5 years old, but I never forget. And this is the energy of the Fool. I mean, this is one of the aspects of the Fool. Out of playfulness, the Fool can cause tremendous damage to themselves and also others. And this card is very powerful for me because it takes me back to that moment, to how I felt when I saw this incident. Because I was also shocked. And I remember the dead birds, the dead little birds. And I remember that I still loved Betsy after that. But something changed in me from seeing that. Like from that very young age, somehow I understood that even though if you do not have any bad intentions, you can still cause massive damage. A dark fact about life was revealed to me at that age. And many times in my adult life, I have had a flashback to that moment. Sometimes we have to pay such a massive price for a very insignificant mistake. And it is very interesting that they have depicted this for the Fool. Like I have never seen in any other tarot card this interpretation of the Fool. And I don't know if the creator really meant this specific meaning and energy behind this card, but this is how I see it, and it is very special to me. So this was the first card. The second one is the Fool from Golayath Tarot, and I really liked it that Julia had also chosen this card, that this Fool was also one of her 5 favorite Fool cards, because absolutely the same thing for me. Everything that she said, I hope you watch her video, everything that she said is exactly what you see in this card, which is just taking the leap of faith, just jumping. I have done this so many times in my life. I just closed my eyes and jumped. I could have been ended up in a horrible situation. And sometimes I did, but I think it's also my Sagittarian nature. I used to be very adventurous, not anymore now that I'm older, but I used to be extremely adventurous, to the point of being a fool. And I have paid massive prices also. But I have also had many colorful experiences in my past because of being able to do this. And definitely there is a spirit of innocence. You have to be innocent to be able to do this. You have to be blindly optimistic to be able to jump like this. You have to be the fool. And I just love the way this card is depicted. El Golayath is definitely one of my favorite tarots of all time, and I just really love this card. So this is my second. The third one is the Fool from Holy Spectrum Tarot. And this is another aspect of the Fool. Here I see the Fool as the human soul that is stepping into the universe, into the vastness of universe, and it is dark. And it gives me the feeling of dark matter. I don't want to get too philosophical here, but I think that dark matter is the most important part of the universe and the answer to many unanswered questions. And I think this is the story of our soul. I think when we were born, we stepped into the universe, but actually we stepped into the dark matter as well. Mostly dark matter. Like if you see here in this image, how much of it is dark? The stars are little dots, and the rest of it is the dark matter, the nothingness, the black holes. I have never believed that every single soul will live after death the way many people believe in it. I think many souls are going to be completely vanished. That's just how I see it. I think just a few souls will be able to make it. And it doesn't matter. I don't think that is sad or disappointing. This card has so many meanings. I mean, it shows different ends of the spectrum. The moment that a soul is born, and also when a soul is stepping out of the whole state of being. What you see here is like she is going for eternity. That's what she would like to grasp, but it is actually very far from her. She's gonna fall before being able to reach to that point. I hope I'm making sense. But this picture is very deep. As I said, to me, it's talking about all the possibilities. I believe that there is a huge possibility that many souls are going to be vanished. Not every soul is going to get to live forever. This is what this card is showing, to me at least. Okay, next is another really beautiful interpretation of the Fool, is this one. This is from the Banksy Tarot. This is the Red Riding Hood with a basket full of spray cans. And she's going to make some massive graffiti on this blank slate wall. Banksy Tarot in general has some of the most incredible interpretations for tarot archetypes. I mean, Banksy's artwork by itself is incredible. I'm a big fan of Banksy. But also the way that the creators of this deck have chosen each image, each creation of Banksy's for each tarot archetype is mind-blowing. They have done a really good job. So the images are by Banksy, but the deck is created by Shiloh Lewis and Lorraine Mozik, created at Coptilo Art Studio. They have done an incredible job. You see innocence here, but you see also stepping into the magician. The whole purpose of the Fool is to create, to start the journey, to start doing what they are here to do, the purpose of their soul. It is all about that. I mean, you see the innocence because the character is the Red Riding Hood, but the innocence is the energy of infinite potential. And they have the infinite potential, having the spray cans because they are innocent. I do have a walkthrough. It's a flip through and a little bit of a walkthrough of this deck in my channel, and I will put a link to that video also in my description box if you like to check it out. Okay, the last one. The last one is this card. This is from the Tarot of the Enchanted Forest, and many people love this deck. You probably know this deck, and the Fool here is the White Heart. And I'm going to read from the guidebook for you guys. It says, at the edge of the deep forest stands an invitation to enchantment. When you see a pure white deer, you are being called to follow it. And only the foolish would ignore such a beckoning. And yet it takes trust to enter the forest, to explore the unknown and the uncharted. Mysteries await you, according to what your soul needs for its journey. There are surprises around every bend in the woodland path, and often there is no path at all. The white heart opens a portal into the wild, and your own wild heart responds. Step forward through the swirling mist into the realm of apple and oak, ash and hawthorn, fire and willow, holly and hazel. There may be companions along the way and adversaries too. The first step into the forest must be taken on your own. This card, accompanied with the description in the guidebook, is another beautiful aspect of the Fool. I think the 5 cards that I showed you are all a bit different aspects, different way of looking at the Fool. Let me know which one did you like, and let me know which Fools are your favorites. I'm really looking forward to knowing which Fools are your favorite Fool cards. Let me know in the comments, please. And don't forget to check Mascha's video. All the 3 channels that I mentioned, Mascha, Julia, and Mervat, the links are in my description box. Also the link to the walkthrough of Banksy Tarot, all of them in my description box. I'm going to watch more VRs to this awesome tag. This is fun, at the same time educational, and I really appreciate this type of videos. So this was it. I hope to see you soon.